Hi QTs, I'm Soleil and welcome back to another QT session. Today, we'll be talking about a queen like no other. I mean, all of our queens that we've talked about so far have been different in one way or another, but the diva we're talking about today, she's like no other. She wasn't born into a royal family or raised to command the men who fought for her family. No. But when the time came down to it, she was an independent queen. Clock it. Today, we'll be talking about Queen Nanny. Queen Nanny was born in the Gold Coast of Africa around 1680. She was a part of the Ashanti tribe. Her tribe was known for their gold kente cloths and their fierce fighters. Unfortunately, as we learned from the Njinga video, the European countries were hungry for slaves. And in 1823, the Asante War began. The conflict was between the Anglo Kingdom and the British Empire because, surprise, surprise, they wanted to come in and take over their territory. The conflict lasted from 1823 to 1900. Anyway, Nanny and some of her townspeople were taken prisoners of war and sold as slaves to a sugar plantation in Jamaica near Port Royal. But at the time, it was controlled by Spain. In 1655, when the British attacked Spain, many slaves took this opportunity as an opportunity to escape. The Windward Maroons was located on a 900-foot ridge that couldn't be seen from the ground. The only way in was through a narrow footpath that the Maroons had booby-trapped. Booby. Now, Nani was well versed in Akan traditions. She performed rituals and ceremonies and practiced her herbal medicines for the settlement. She quickly rose to chief priestess and by 1720 was fully in charge. Windward Maroons was renamed Nanny Town. They would use a beg, which was basically a cow horn, to signal people of a surprise attack. She understood that they couldn't face the British head on. So they made hideouts to help more slaves escape and raid plantations for weapons and other resources. For 5 years, the Maroon Army grew bigger and bigger with both men and women. Remember how we said the Ashanti tribe were fierce warriors? Well, Nani trained them in what is called guerrilla warfare. It's basically where a smaller army uses tactics like sabotage, camouflage, etc., against a larger army. Side note, guerrilla warfare is still used in our military special forces to this day. They place guards outside of the town to spot and stop enemies from invading their settlement. British troops tried over and over again to attack Queen Nanny, but her and her army defeated them more times than not. Side note, the colonists said all kinds of crazy things. They even said that she was a witch who could catch bullets with her butt. Unfortunately, Queen Nanny had some haters. One of the main ones being a man named Captain Colfie. It went something like this. The plantation owners were all salty because of all the slaves they were losing and began complaining. So in 1725, Britain declared war on Nanny Town. The British sent troops and freed black mercenaries to attack the Maroons. Even though Captain Colfie was considered Nanny's brother, he hated the fact that she was queen and in charge. So he struck a deal with the British. In 1733, he led an invasion on Nanny Town and burnt it to the ground. After he was done burning it to the ground, he went into her hut and opened fire with a gun. The exact definition of an op. I mean, he had been fighting alongside her ever since they first escaped. And just like we learned in our Cleopatra video, everybody ain't your friend. He thought he killed our lovely queen, but she proved to be smarter than that. Her and her followers relocated to a city called Rio Grande. After the burning of her town, she was understandably furious. She tried to reach out to her brothers for help, but unfortunately they weren't interested in fighting the British anymore. So in 1739, the Queen Nanny Treaty was signed, and Queen Nanny was granted 500 acres of land from the British, and the war was officially over. They named the town Moortown. After the war, Queen Nanny mostly focused on farming and lived a peaceful life on an island. She ended up marrying a man named Adu and died in around 1750 and was 69 when she died. At the time of her death, Moortown had a population of about 1,000 people. In 1975, she was titled a national hero and awarded the Rights of Excellence. She was also placed on the Jamaican $500 bill. Like so many other enslaved people, most of Nani's history is lost because survival was the main priority. But one thing we do know about Queen Nanny is that she was a leader in every sense of the word. She is just proof that you don't have to be born into greatness in order to achieve it. Even when she was betrayed by a tribe member and essentially abandoned by her brothers, she still found a way to lead her people in peace. Nana was always more than an average girl. She was a queen in training, a QT, that later became known as Queen Nanny. Well, QTs, thank you for sitting through another QT slideshow with me. I can't believe this is actually the last episode of the season. Comment down below on who your favorite queen was and who would you like to see next season. Stay tuned because we are working on a new series called Cooking on the Sunny Side. More information on that coming up soon. By the way, it might be a while because we are working on moving to the Big Easy. So much to do, but I'm excited. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!